everybody, Ira Miller here with Monday Night Live with Homes Around the Villages YouTube channel, and I want to thank everybody for watching our video today, or our live stream I should say today. So I know I was supposed to be here last week. Well, a couple of reasons I wasn't here last week was because A, it was Labor Day, and B, I was getting over COVID. So I did come down with COVID. It'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. But I was in bad shape for like 4 days. So there you go. That's why we didn't have it on the first Monday of, let me get myself situated here, on the first Monday of the month like I normally do. So anyways, I want to thank everybody who is on. Are we okay here?
Yeah.
We got any problems?
Oh, no.
We all good? Maybe a little rusty technical difficulties here.
Well, it sounds fine. I can hear you.
It just sounds kind of tinny.
Yeah.
You want me to bring it over?
No, the opposite.
The opposite?
Yeah, it just sounds a little loud to me.
All right, anyways, today is September 11th. I do want to recognize about this day and time 22 years ago. And I want everybody to kind of reflect where they were, I guess 22 years ago when the Twin Towers were hit, and all the heroes that came out of that and some that didn't come out of that. So I just want to acknowledge this day and time and say, you know, after 22 years, it's kind of still fresh in, I think, everybody's mind. But anyways, I didn't want this day to go by without mentioning about the heroes and the tragedy of 9/11. So, you know, let's kind of move on then, and anyways, if there's anybody out there that was involved in 9/11, just want to thank you all for your service and for your heroism. Anyways, let's see. What is it that we want to talk about? So I saw Mindy asked about the hospital and, you know, the hospital down south and what the delays were. I don't know. I kind of looked around before we started our live stream here today, and I didn't really see anything about any delays on the hospital. Usually, the Villages News Network, that online newspaper, they're probably the first ones to let us know if anything's going on or if there's any delays. And I didn't see anything in that I'll call paper, but like I said, they're usually the first ones to know. Let's see. So yes, Mindy says, can't believe it's time already. Yes, it is time. And so I know last month, oh my gosh, we went like 2 hours. We had a really good time last month. All right, so I kind of spoke to about the hospital down south. I'm not sure. I know UF is involved. The University of Florida is involved. I know they're not getting good ratings right now. And the hope was that UF coming in would turn things around. But so far, doesn't look like it. So the Villages Hospital is not getting very good ratings. From what I hear, the emergency room's horrible, huge waiting times. They need to figure this out, in my opinion. Because if not, why even going to have a hospital here, right? I mean, pretty much everybody goes to Ocala anyways for anything major or even semi-major. All right, so, and Gary Tesh, thank you for your question, Gary. Are there any areas in or around the villages that a 13-year-old granddaughter can live with her grandparents? One place I would not recommend is the village of Parkwood. Or now they're called Parkwood because the villages sued them and took them to court and made them stop using villages of Parkwood. Although if you look in the property appraisers, any home in there still says villages of Parkwood. But I don't know if they've resolved all the issues that are in there, but that place has had nothing but problems for years and years and years. I used to be an advocate in there when they were first getting started and when I first left the villages. And the guy, Peter Trimatera, who was the developer there, horrible guy, mean guy, didn't do anything to correct the problems. And as you all know, me being a contractor, I can pick things out. And so he and I parted ways pretty quickly when I brought customers over to the villages of Parkwood and I did my walkthrough. Man, I was picking that place apart, and he really got upset with me. And I'm like, look, I'm sorry. I don't work for you. I'll help sell your homes, but I work for my customer. And if I come in there and I find problems with the house, I'm going to tell you about it. And so he's like, so he and I kind of just parted ways. But there are also other family neighborhoods, they call them, around the villages now. I guess the most prominent one is Oxford Oaks, which is what I told Gary. That's off of 301 in Oxford, and it's just to the south of 466 on 301. That seems like a pretty nice neighborhood. There is another neighborhood called Beaumont. And where's Beaumont? Beaumont is tucked in behind all of the commercial development off of 466 and Powell Road. So if you know anything about the villages, that's where the Walgreens is. That's where the satellite office is for Sumter County. And on the opposite side of 466A is where Lowe's is, and now they have, I think, a Homewood hotel up there. So a lot of you might start recognizing where I'm talking about. So that's where Beaumont is. And the cool thing I would say about Beaumont is you can get in your golf cart there and you could zip around all over the place. Now, can you go over and get into the villages? I would say if you went to the light and crossed over 466A, is that legal? Probably not. I'm sure the villages would have something to say about that because they're so protective of people, outsiders driving their golf carts into the villages that they would probably make sure that that wasn't legal. And I remember years and years ago when there's Stonecrest and there's Spruce Creek South. Spruce Creek South wasn't allowed to cross at the light, but they would take their golf carts and sneak up down the, I guess the common area, the grassy area, and they would drive their golf cart down there and get into the villages. But then they were able to cross at the light, Marion County, because that's in Marion County. They said they're going to allow them to do that. So they crossed over, and then they would go up to where Walmart is, and Aldi's, and Belk's, and Lowe's, and then the Village's Medical Center, now BJ's is over there. But then they cut that off. The Villages cut that off with a gate so people couldn't get in and out of there with their golf cart. So anyways, anyways, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I guess, so as everybody knows, or I think should know by now, Christian had left on August 25th, and we were looking for new people to fill in. The last guy that was here was a guy named Zach, and I brought him on, and so everybody could put a face with a name. And I heard he got mad about that. And he was upset that I would call him and ask him to come over and get on camera. And there were a few other things too, I think, that he wasn't, real happy with. But for whatever reason, he quit, which was fine. I got a few more things to say about that, but I'm going to kind of leave that out there and leave that alone. We do have Antonio now. And so Christian is actually here today helping Antonio with the set that we got here in our new office, and so Antonio's learning a lot from Christian. So thank you, Christian, for coming back, today and helping out. And so there you go. So I'm looking at now, and it says your sound is less than clear. I guess we've straightened that up, though, right? Yeah, because Kevin says better. So I guess we had a switch.
The gain was too high.
The gain was too high? All right, so there you go. Stuff that's over my head. So I was here at my home right behind Washington Dolls. They're watching it on TV. Oh. Wow. That was 9/11. Someone observed that in the future plans the healthcare campus was missing. And I'm not really surprised. Tell you a little story. I guess I'm full of them, but I kind of tell them as they go. So at one point I was working on waste to energy. So if you Google waste to energy, and this was years ago, I was trying to put together something for the villages in a waste to energy program where we would take some of the recyclables and burn it, and by burning it, it would produce energy. So I brought that idea to Mark Morris. And I sat down with Mark, and I had a prospectus that I gave him, and I said, here I think is something that really, with the backing of the villages and the money of the villages, that this is a win-win situation, and showed him these waste to energy generators and all of that, and he just said, no, we've got other projects that I think we're working on that they wanted to move forward with. And this was before anything had to do with the village's healthcare system. So then, I guess about a year later, I found out that that's what they were doing. They were working behind the scenes to put together the village's healthcare system in conjunction with United Healthcare. And so they've tried to get into the healthcare industry. I guess they figured they had a captured audience here and all the 55 plus people that were in here. And so it seems like that's where they were putting their money, and they decided not to go in that direction. But ever since they even started that program, I've never heard anything good about the village's healthcare system. So it's unfortunate. I know they've tried several different, they tried the University of Tampa. University of Tampa didn't work out. They tried Well, first they started with LRMC, Leesburg Regional Medical Center. LRMC didn't work out. Then they went with University of Tampa. University of Tampa didn't work out. Then they, the Moffitt Cancer Center in Tampa, they tried to bring them in, and that folded. And then I thought there was, it wasn't the University of Tampa, it was the University of South Florida. Sorry about that, there's a difference. So USF, University of South Florida, they brought in. That didn't work out, so now they've got UF and Shands. But I don't think Shands, I don't know. I don't know if Shands has anything to do with it, or if they're synonymous with each other, but it's not looking good so far. So I was looking at online in the Village's news. Let's see here, where are we? Okay, here we go. Let's see. I guess we got to go back here. Anyways, this is where I was trying to find out about the hospital, and it's saying, speaking of the Villages of Parkwood, Villages of Parkwood man arrested with twisted tea and bath salts. Whatever the twisted tea is, I don't know.
It's like a Mike's Hard, but tea.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, why would he get arrested?
Probably the bath salts part.
The bath salt? Oh,
Yeah.
he's mixing them together?
I think they probably were more focused on that.
Yeah, I would think. That's funny. I can't find it here, and I don't want to take up all y'all's time trying to find it right now. But let's see. What is the big deal about the Villages? Villages news? Nah. Anyways, I was trying to look up Villages healthcare. All right. Let's do this. Well, let's go to our, first of all, let's go to our chats, right? And someone observed that in the future plans, the healthcare campus was missing. And then John says, thanks, John, by the way. And Janice, hello, how are you? Thank you for visiting. And they just bought a home. So congratulations on buying that home, and thank you very much for working with me. I really appreciate it. And they haven't even seen it yet. So all this was through video and correspondence, and so we're excited for them to come and check it out. But yes, I am feeling a whole lot better. You know what I did, or I have been doing, was I took an iron supplement yesterday and then another one today, and man, oh man, just that iron supplement, I guess my iron was down, has really helped me feel a whole lot better. So thank you, John. Gary Winkle, hello from Tallahassee. Gary, say hello to my daughter up there. And go Seminoles. They're killing it. Man, on was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday night, I went to bed. It was 66 to 10, I think it was, with Southern Mississippi. And then, good job taking down LSU. So I used to be a big Gators fan until my daughter started going to FSU. So guess what? Go Seminoles. And so, and I've kind of left UF behind for more than one reason. But anyways, yeah, they messed my daughter over. That was number one. Number two, she's going to her master's, so all my money has gone to, not all of it, but a big chunk of it, because I have a son at UNF, University of North Florida. So both of them, Jamie's going to graduate with her master's next August. So she's almost at 10 months left, not even a year left. And then Joey he'll graduate in May. So then I get my boat and sail off into the sunset. But, so Gary, thank you for joining us from Tallahassee. And go Seminoles, like I said. They should be number 3, ranked number 3 in the nation. I know they were number 4, but when they took down Southern Miss the way they did, and Alabama lost, and Alabama was number 3, so they should get to the back of the class, and FSU should have at least moved up into their place. So Texas took Alabama down. Middleton, right? That's family friendly. Oh, thanks, Mindy. Well, so Middleton are nothing but new homes. As you know, I don't sell new homes, and maybe that's why I had an absence in mind for Middleton. But if you need a good agent over at the Villages, give me a call. I can refer you to a good one. All right. Let's see. So yeah, Middleton is correct. A lot of controversy about Middleton, though, Mindy, and you live over there, I know, so you probably don't want to hear this or like to hear this, but I know there's big controversy about the federal prison that's right across the street. And so a lot of the pro Villages, like Mindy, will say that has nothing to do with anything, although if you look up in the Villages News Network, there's a lot of people who do feel like there's an issue. They do have a work release program over there, and that's part of the issue that people are having with that maximum security federal prison in Oxford. Or isn't, it's not Oxford, it's Coleman Federal Prison. All right, let's see, Middleton, yes, thank you, Mindy. Long before retirement, should someone start looking for a retirement home in Florida? Well, Matt, you know, the last time I mentioned something like this, people thought that I was just saying that because I wanted to sell homes. Here's the first thing I want everybody to know, and this is what I told Nina, who's on my team, who's new. And I said, Nina, and I told Diane, who's new, she just joined our office. I said, we don't do this for the money. And we do this to help people. And if you do this job to help people and make people happy, the money's going to come. The referrals are going to come, the repeat business is going to come, but as soon as somebody senses that you're doing it for the money, you're done. And I have used that philosophy, I think, since I left the Villages. So, and that's just what every real estate agent, that's the philosophy every real estate agent should adopt, is look, you're not in it for the money, because as soon as you are, you're not going to give them the right answers, the right guidance. And I'm going to use an example. I've got a guy that approached me, and he wanted me to list his 175-acre property with an airstrip on it. Now, backs up to a beautiful preserve. If somebody bought that, it would be like paradise. But when I started digging into this 175 acres, it's all in a flood zone. 99% of that whole property is in a flood zone. Well, first of all, developers aren't going to buy it because they're not going to sit there and build homes, and every home they build is in a flood zone, and everybody who buys a home or builds a home is going to have to pay flood insurance. So no developer is going to touch that property, right? So now you just have to hope and pray that the right person is going to come along with a bunch of money. It's $4.5 million. So you got to find the right person, the one little needle in the haystack person who's going to want to buy that 175 acres and not care that it's in a flood zone. I will guarantee you that the person that this guy used to buy this property never told him that it was in a flood zone. And I would bet dollars to donuts that he never even checked to see if it was in a flood zone. Because I don't think he would have bought it himself if he knew it was. So that's what I mean, by getting with a good agent who's not going to try to sell you something just for the almighty dollar. I mean, I really feel like that's the problem with this whole country today. Is everybody is all worried about the almighty dollar, and 90% of the politicians are doing it for the money and to get paid off, and so it's a sad affair. But so I went, I've adopted that policy, and everybody in my office knows, and I've made aware, you don't do this for the money. You do this to help people, to make people happy, and you do it in that customer's best interest. I can tell you, I've turned down so many homes for people, and and some people have turned right around and bought a home with the Villages, but it is what it is, right? I mean, that's the attitude you have to adopt when you work in the Villages. You have to understand you're going to win some, you're going to lose some, but you still don't do it for the money, and you do it for the right reasons, and it'll all come back to you. Even if somebody else buys a home in the Villages, if you do the right thing by them, then they're probably going to refer somebody, or if they ever go to sell a home, then ran into a customer today. I have to give him a call, Diane Welch, who I sold a home a long time ago to. So it's like, you have to do these for the right you have to be in this business for the right reason. All right, so let's keep going with our chat. So how long before retirement should someone start looking for a retirement home? Oh, that's where I got off on that tangent. Look, been doing this for 23 years now. And I can't tell you how many people I've worked with for years. They'll come in. There's some people I worked with for 5 years before they bought a home. And just about every single one of them would come and say, man, I wish I would have bought back in whenever. Because look at the prices today. And I'm going to tell you, who would have thought 10 years ago that patio villas are going for over $300,000. Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought 15 years ago, I'll say, would I have ever thought that they would have gone over $200,000, much less $300,000, but that's where they are today. So I would say, there's no better time than the present to buy a home, because these homes are going to do nothing but they're going to keep going up. So that's my advice. And then if I were you, rent it out. This is a safe place to be renting your home for the most part. And then when it comes time to you want to retire, well, look, if you don't want to live in that home, that rental home, sell it, make a profit, and then buy the home of your dreams. So that's my suggestion to you. And it's not, again, just because I want to make a sale or something like that. This is just from experience of all the people I've worked with. How many have told me they wish that they would have bought years ago? Now, the only exception to that rule was in 2006 to 2012, right? So from 2006 to 2012, it went down, and then 12, 13, 14, and then it started coming back up. Now it started here, and now it's ended up here. So all you got to do is you're in it for the long haul. I myself had investment homes in that time period. I invested in homes in 2007 because I thought we're definitely going to hit the bottom after a couple of years. And no, it kept going down. And in 2009, I think, 2010, we sold them because I was in an investment pool with 4 other people. We sold them and we still made money, even in that down market. So I don't think you can, I don't think that you can go wrong with buying today, for sure. So there's that. Night people, sounds and looks great now. Congratulations, congrats. 3rd on the AP poll. There you go. See, I haven't even looked, but I knew FSU had to have been number 3 now. So that's great. My youngest graduates in May too, yay. And then the hook is off. And then Gary says 4 more years before I can retire. Bama went to number 10. Yeah, well, let's just see what happens from there. Nick Saban always has he always has the propensity to get back up there. So, the tech room, oh, hey, how you doing, Kelly? I guess you were down here when we never got together, right? So, yeah, you guys gotta get with me when you're down. So, she lives in Virginia, coming down in 20 days for our lifestyle business. I thought you lived here, Mindy. I thought you went ahead and, I thought for some reason that you went and bought a home already. Sorry about that, my bad. Yeah, I don't know why I thought that. Flood zones move though. Maybe it wasn't. If you could see, it's not just this property. It's like this. It's this property in this much of a flood zone area. So even if it moved, this property's been there in the flood zone a long time. Now, what they need to do is they need to get an engineer to go out there, an environmental engineer, to do some tests and maybe go through the whole process of getting rid of that flood zone designation, but I don't know. He's got to put some money into it. Coleman Prison is down in Wildwood. So, you know what? There's no telling where. Now, you want to talk about flood zones moving. The Wildwood city limits moves. So I'm not going to say it's not, but I mean the reason they called it Coleman and not Wildwood federal prison is because it was out there in Coleman. So now whether Wildwood has gone out there because of the villages, because I know the villages kept annexing their property, and again, why they did that, and now everybody has to pay a city of Wildwood tax is beyond me. That, I still can't figure that out. Why is it that the villages went and annexed the city of Wildwood into that southern part of the villages when the Wildwood city limits were nowhere near there. But now all of a sudden they allowed that annexation. So who knows? All right. So, WrestlerMania, you go, boy. Everyone, please remember to click the thumbs up button and subscribe if you have not already. He is my biggest advocate. Well, I shouldn't say my biggest. He's one of my biggest. I think all of you guys who've joined me here, I've showing, 36 concurrent viewers. Thank you very much for all of you joining us tonight. All right, without further ado, let me just do something real quick. And at the risk of messing everything all up, I am going to
Are you trying to show your computer?
yeah.
2.
Okay. All right. Wait a minute. What happened to me? What happened? I'll go to 2 in a second, but
Yeah, you want to keep that up.
okay. All right, here we go.
And then just click Chrome. It'll pop back up. There you go.
All right, so here is, let me see something here though. I want to go ahead and, where is my mini-me?
Oh, yes.
Right here.
Yep.
Okay, so, at the risk of screwing it all up,
Go back. You just had it. A.
there we go. Hey! All right, so we want to do some photos. It's photo time. And look what we have. Look at that big dude, man. This guy, can't even call him Baby Geo anymore because he's not much of a baby. He's definitely a toddler. And Noah, he looks like he is really happy there, Kevin, with you holding on to him right there. So hopefully he and Geo are still enjoying each other. But let's see, there we go. There's, get rid of there. There's Geo and Kevin and Noah. Look at that face. That's great. So thanks for sending those, Kevin. We always love getting those pictures. Anybody want to know what the village's inventory's doing? Let's go to that while we're over here on this page. 282 matches. Now, you know, the last few months we were up around 300, pretty close to it. Sometimes it'd go over a little bit over 3, then it'd go under 3, over 3, under 3. And now we're at 282. So a lot of people are asking, hey, how's sales doing? They ask me that all the time. How are sales doing? Now, 282 matches. This is what's the inventory that we have in the MLS for the villages. Some people could say, well, some people just are not putting their homes on the market anymore because they feel like the market's slow. Well, so how do we kind of look at that? So first of all, what we want to do, we want to pending homes. Pending homes mean homes that have recently gone under contract. Now, it goes 0 to 180 days. There's no really big reason to go 180. I'll go out as far as 60. and it goes down from 173 to 164, but still 164 homes went under contract just in the last 60 days. So that's still pretty good. There's still a lot. Let's go to results. And if we go over here, this tells us days on market. See where that's CDOM and ADOM? Cumulative days and actual days on the market. So if you're looking over here, where my hand is, my little guy right there, right? We're going to go over here, 0 days on the market, 76 days, 10 days, 2 days, 15 days. Here's a whopper of 205 days. That's a manufactured home. These tend to be mostly manufactured homes and patio villas. Let's kind of get away from those and see a little bit what, let's go down the middle, I guess. What are these? 425, 429. Those are a little bit longer on the market, but not too bad, I don't think. Yeah, you're getting down around here. Still some single digits. So the market, and then let's do this while we're at it, because I want to show you. Get out of pending, go to sold. All right, what is sold in the last, let's go 90 days, the last 3 months, okay? 433 matches, 433 homes have sold. In the villages, here under city, the villages, and whoops, I must have hit something. What did I hit? Oh, is that Alachua? Baker? Let me get out of a county. Yeah, I hit a county. Sorry about that. Just the villages, 433 results. We can kind of, let's go out of the manufactured home into the regular homes. This will tell us if there was a villa or a single family home. Here's your days on market again for sold properties, okay? Whoops, where am I going? Come back here. There we go. And the thing I like to see is, here we go. Come on back. Cash, see? So a lot of people ask, see cash, conventional, cash, VA loan, cash, conventional, cash. A lot of cash being sold. And that's in the 200 to 300, well, 250 to 300 probably range. And you can see how many on the market. But you could also see one other thing for everybody is, where is it? Percentage of listing price to sale price. Did they take that away from us? Cash. Oh no, here we are. Sale price to listing price, 97%, 95, 99, 99, 98, 98, or 96, 98, 100%, 100%. So what does this tell us, all right? If you're going to make an offer on a home, don't be lowballing, because nobody is accepting lowball offers, as you can see right here. Okay, we can even go up another one. Let's go to 5. What price range are we in? The 300s here now. Got you right up here. And so this is all really good information, guys. So a lot of cash, Now we're kind of getting 50-50 with maybe even, we're still getting, still a lot of people are getting a lot of loans, right? Conventional loans out there. And I guess they realize that 7%, which is probably when these people, maybe even 6.5, it's now up to almost 8 if it's not already 8. But still, 97, 100, 98, 96, 99. Here's one for 90%. Wow. But it was on the market 159 days. That's a long time for a home to be on the market. So it was probably obviously overpriced to start with, and that's why you see it went for 90%. But that's kind of an anomaly. Here's one for 91%. Where was it at? 130 days on the market. So these ones that have been on the market for a long time, okay, so we can maybe make a lower offer on those. But some of these other ones that haven't been on the market a long time, we don't want to be messing around and trying to lowball people, because what does it do? It makes them mad. They don't even want to negotiate anymore. They get mad at you. As soon as they get mad at you, you're done negotiating. So please take that into consideration. Okay? All right, so let me get back to everybody, if I can, with Christian's help. Let me see, back here.
Yep.
Here we go. All right.
Actually, and then hit the red.
Yeah. And then
Full.
full.
Yep.
Okay. All right, we're back. So, I'll get out of the red here. Well, that's only between us, right? Okay, so let me go back because everybody's been kind of chatting while I've been chatting. Okay, so Gary, I think I hear that every time. Not enough saved for a down payment yet. I get it. You're still working, so at least you have your goals and what you need to do. Now, FHA, 3.5% is all you need down. Talk to your lender about getting an FHA loan, right? What's 3.5 of a $300,000 home is $4,500. So there's plans out there, you know. That's why you see some people go VA. That's 100% financing. They even have like a 5% down conventional loan. So you want to ask your lender. And if you need mortgage referrals, let us know. We'd like to refer mortgage lenders who we work with on a regular basis, simply because they know that they need to give my customers some good customer service or they're cut off. And as soon as I hear someone calls one of our lenders and they don't call them right back within a couple hours, out of there. We'll go on to the next. There's just way too many lenders wanting our business, not to give my customers the best customer service. All right. Let me go back here. WrestleMania, thank you so much. And then, Wrestler, you are a nut. Please remember to click the thumbs up, but yes, you're not crazy for that. So thank you for that. I wanted to buy 3 years ago when my cousin bought. Oh, here we go. Let's listen to this story. But my husband wanted to wait. So here we are. And Mindy, what have prices done in the last 3 years? So she's the perfect testimonial as to what happens when you wait. That was during the subprime housing bust. Things bottomed for a while. Floodplain should have been on the survey. If he paid cash and he did not get a survey, then he would never know. I don't think he even got a survey, really. Notre Dame looks really good, so I haven't caught up with Notre Dame yet. Yeah, they haven't come across my TV. I did kind of see them the other day. They're coming back the 22nd if you have, oh, okay, all right. So yeah, Kelly, Ken, please give me a call on the 22nd. Yeah, I'm going to be around for sure. What do you think about the Mira Mesa area just south of Spanish Springs in Lake County? Is the sewer plant near there still active? So, I'm trying to think where that sewer plant is because that's right off of Rio Grande and Mira Mesa, and I don't know where. I'm just trying to think in my head all around around that area. Unless that's back there behind that shopping center, which it might be where the Target is. But I've never smelt any sewer odors in that area. That's why I don't even know where it really is. And I thought, I know where everything is over there, but yeah, it's in the Spanish Springs area. And that's like your 1992, 93, 94 in that era. But so, the Mira Mesa area just south of Spanish Springs, first of all, it's a good location if you want to be close to Spanish Springs. And it's not too hard to get over to Lake Sumter Landing from there either. So you just go through Rio Ponderosa and then go up Morris Boulevard and then under the tunnel, and there you go. But I'm just still trying to think of where that sewer plant could possibly be. Anyways, I don't think you have a thing to worry about.
On Buena Vista, behind the fire department near Liberty Park. For the water.
Oh yeah, that's over. Yeah, but that is south of 466.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking north of 466 around the Spanish Springs area. So yeah, I know where I know where that one is off of.
Someone says there's one on Camino Real on the way to St. Timothy Church.
Oh yeah, that's where the storage area is for the. Yeah, I guess that's the only one that. I guess that must provide for that whole area over there, because that's why I was kind of concentrating over in the Mira Mesa, Rio Grande area. But yeah, that sewer plant is over there by the RV storage off of El Camino. But I think that's the closest one to the Mira Mesa area, and so that's way too far away to have any issues with that. But again, I've driven up and down El Camino for 23 years and never smelled any problems over there. Never heard anybody complain either. Let's see. So, Freedom Tees. Good evening, Ira. Is there a minimum time frame to hold on to a purchase of a new in the villages before selling it to upgrade from a practical standpoint? I'd say no. It's pretty consistent on on resales here in the villages. So I wouldn't say there's really any time. The only time I would tell you there's a minimum is when you're in a downward market. So when you're in a downward market, obviously the minimum's going to be until you get back up over where you were. But I'd say, I've known people to buy a home and sell it, every 1 or 2 years. because it would go up that much, and then they'd buy another one, and then it'd go up, and they'd buy another one. So I would say no. There's no minimum time frame in which to buy and then sell. Now, with that said, you always have to be cautious of what the economy is doing, right? But I would say, be prepared in the event that there's a downturn, because I think we've all heard that that there's a recession coming, a recession coming, a recession coming, and I haven't seen a recession. And I even told my wife, I said, look, take all your stocks out of your 401k, cash out, and let's just kind of sit on it, because I was afraid there's going to be a recession, that the stocks would crash. And that hasn't happened, although the stocks really haven't gone up that much either. So it's not like we're of the worst for it, because we haven't lost anything by cashing out, and I think we protected ourselves. So who knows? I mean, you can listen to all the economists all day long, and everybody's got a different view. We're in a presidential election year, I would say. So one side, the party in power now, is going to make sure that the economy is doing as well as they could possibly be doing, because they don't want that to affect, their campaigns. The other party, they're going to do everything they can, to try to get into power. And but I would just say that, right now, I think probably at this point should be a pretty safe bet, because if the market was to crash now, or real estate was to crash now, we'd be in big trouble. Well, I say, because I'm neither. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I'm an independent voter. So when I say we'd be in trouble, I mean we, the people, would be in trouble, but also the party in power would be in big trouble too. All right, so don't like to get into those political conversations. It's never a good thing. What do they say? You don't talk about religion, politics, and I don't know, I think there's something else. But anyways, all right. Huh?
Sports.
Sports? Well, I think I've hit, the only thing I haven't hit is religion yet.
Yeah. Well, Rosh Hashanah is coming up soon, so.
This is true. What do you think about good evening? Is there a minimum time frame? Yeah, no. So everyone heard that. I am Ira's favorite wrestler. Thank you very much. You are not my favorite PETA. Okay, so you're not a PETA at all. So do not worry about that. Victoria Chanel, nice. Does the villages have a maximum of how many people can move into a house when purchased? So, that's a great question, Victoria, because they don't have a minimum of how many people can move into a house, but they do have a minimum of how many people can get an ID card. So that's 4 ID cards maximum per household. So if you're a 2-generation family or whatever, and there's 6 of you, you're only going to get 4 ID cards for every home. Okay, so somebody's going to be out. Somebody's not going to be going to the pool. Good question, though. It's a great question. Who's the best realtor? Oh, Jerry. Jerry. I think Jerry's fighting for. He's competing there with WrestleMania. Only officially allowed 3 pets at a time, I suppose, if you classify your cohabitants as pets or not. Well, wrestler, you know, unless they've changed it recently, it's been 2 pets. So they could have changed it when I wasn't looking, but I don't remember them changing it from 2 pets to 3 pets. Do you? Maybe that's something Antonio or Christian can look up for us. But you'd have to go to, where do you all go? This is a question for everybody. Where do you go to find that kind of information? And I'll give you a couple minutes for you to tell me where you go for that information. That I've told everybody on many videos. Interest rates have gone so high that folks don't want to trade at 2.9% rate for a bigger, smaller home and pay 7.5. And I get it, you know. I get it. I had that conversation with somebody the other day. I said, you know what? If it was me, I might talk to my lender and get an adjustable, because I really feel like rates are going to go down lower than what they are today. So, anyways, so you're dragging me into this politics again.
District.gov, I'm only finding stuff on dog parks at the moment, not about specific pet rules.
So okay. There's the answer. Very good. Christian, ding, ding, ding. You are the winner. Districtgov.org. And here's what we're going to do, everybody. Let's go over here. Districtgov.org. District Gov, the villages. And we go here. And your district. So, let's say we're in district, I don't know. We're going to go to district 10, what the heck? And in district 10, there's your deed restrictions right there. All right, you click on deed restrictions and then you find out where it is. And how do you do that? Okay, so let me kind of just steer you in the right direction. District 10, amendment to declare restrictions. Let's go to and they're all basically going to be similar. All right, here we go. Declaration of restrictions relating to. Now, I don't know if there is a search. Pets. Here we are. 2 pets. Birds, fish, dogs, and cats shall be permitted with a maximum of 2 pets per home site. Each owner shall be personally responsible for any damage caused. Blah, blah, blah. There you go. Do you guys see how I did that? So, what do I do here? Click 1?
No.
Just this?
Yep.
There we go. All right, so I'm back. So hopefully, yeah, sorry, I hate to, I really, what they say, the customer is always right. But we have to let everybody know what the real deal is, okay? So Does the villages have, let's go back. So, I get that. Jerry Bell, that would be Ira Miller, of course. Thank you, Wrestler Mania. Hopefully the rates by 2028. Gary, you are way out there, buddy. Thank you, Kevin. I would love to see Ira on porch setting. I heard he's banned, though. Yeah, you know, Skip can ban me. That still doesn't mean I can't sneak up there on his front lawn and on his front porch and make an appearance anyways. And I, for whatever reason, hold up. Don't tell Skip. If any of you see him. This Wednesday, I've got porch sitting. See, I want y'all to see something. I don't know if you can see it on my calendar there, but I've got it on my calendar every week. It is a standing, here, let me do this. One day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Here, do that for me, Christian. Now that's a recurring event on my calendar. Thank you, Christian. So I'm going to try to make it over there. Just don't tell him, because he might end up not having it if he thinks I'm coming. Oh, all right. So, no Gary. What homes in the villages have the concrete walls and not wood? Hope that makes sense. So, pretty much, you know, they used to have block and stucco neighborhoods only. I mean, every now and then, let's say north of 466A, every now and then they would have a block and stucco only neighborhood. Now, you know, so in the southern area down there, like Citrus Grove and Lake Deaton and all those, they're starting to do those tilt solid poured walls now instead of block, using block. I think they have it down to where they've got just these solid slabs of concrete that they just go in there and put them up. So they don't have to have, you know, as many block masons, because they're kind of like, I don't know, prefab, I guess. But that's how they've gone. But they still have wood frame. So I think you're always going to have wood framed homes just to try to keep their costs and prices competitive. So what homes in the villages have the concrete walls and not wood? Hope them. So I could name certain models in the villages, and certain models are block and stucco, certain models are concrete, preformed, and some models are wood frame and vinyl. And I don't know. I would have to just go through all the models one by one. And not only that, but there's a lot of models that the names have changed. So it'd be a daunting task to try to go through all the models and let you know. But for the most part, I think all the neighborhoods are a mixture. Not all of them. You have your patio villas. They're all wood frame and vinyl. You have some courtyard villas, bungalows, cabanas, or whatever you want to call them. Haciendas, they're called by a bunch of different names. Some of those are wood frame and some of those are concrete. So there's not really, I can't really, I mean, like I said, I could go model by model, but what I would suggest you do is just go to the, well, we can do it for you, I guess. we could go to the village's homes. This is what I would do. Can't even spell. The village's homes. There we go. Homes.com, realtor.com, home finder, our homes. This is what I would do. So, search homes, new or pre-owned, I guess it doesn't really matter. And then, here we are, model gallery. So I'd go into the model gallery, all series, you can go through them, and let's just do designer homes, how's that? And let's see, man, oh man, I mean, they've changed the names again. Anhinga? Anhinga. Okie dokie now. I would think that they'd tell you if it was wood frame or block and stucco. Anhinga. That's a good one. That Anhinga is used to be called, what was it called? An Alamanda. Now it's an Anhinga. But that's foreign import. I mean, let's see, hold on. Bougainvillea is the same thing as the Anhinga. This is wood frame, this is not. Dang, I would have thought that they would have had print PDF. Maybe elevation options even. I'm going to try this though. I think this might tell us. All right. Oh, there you go. Concrete construction. So that's all you have to do is just hit the print PDF and it tells you what it's made out of. All right? So hopefully that right there helps. All right, Victoria, so hopefully I kind of helped you solve that problem. All right, Kevin asked how are interest rates? They're high, Kevin. That's how they are. So I would say they're around 8% is what I'm being told now. And then some people will call me and tell me, hey, I got great credit. I'm over 800. Well, guess what? That's actually to your detriment, because the Biden administration in all their equity stuff is trying to equal everything out. So if you got really great credit, they're going to ding you with a higher interest rate to compensate for the person who doesn't have it's just, don't even get me started on that. Anyways. Yes, Jerry, Ira is banned from Port Seton. Ira is so much more handsome than Skip that he is too much of a, too much competition for old Skip. So.
You found my alternate account?
Huh?
I said you found my alternate account. I'm joking. Ira's the most handsome man.
All right, so I believe in the next 24 to 36 months from now, the interest rate will be somewhere between 5. I agree with you, Victoria. Like I said, one way or another, if the Republican Party gets in, I think they're going to bring it down. The Democratic Party, if they don't bring it down, Big trouble for them. Let's see. You made a great video 2 years ago renting out your home. Will you make any money? Would love to see an updated version for 2023 with the high interest rate. So, Antonio, make a note of that. Matt Dudley wants to see an updated version of renting out your home and what the costs are to rent your home out. Now, again, let's see. I think if I go back here, let me think here. Let's do this. Home Finder. So I just am using, we can get out of that. We can go back this way. Search homes, calendar, new. Let's see, is it in visit? Visit. New. Nope. Visit. No. Calendar, search homes, learn about us. Oh, here we go. All I gotta do is, come on. Where's my drop down? Oh, here we are. All right, so learn about us. See where it says cost of living? So the amenity fee is at $189 a month, but you have to keep in mind. Here's your amenity fee, your trash collection, average sewer, average water. So this is where I would go. This is for patio villas. This is for courtyard villas. Cottage home and villa series. Veranda. $1,369 now. Yeah, so they're giving average taxes a month. Let's see. Let me just think of something. So average taxes, get my trusty calendar, 478 times 12, that's $5,736 a year. I'm thinking it's a little bit higher than that with the bond. There's your, okay, bond, maintenance. Oh, okay, so you got your taxes and there you go, your bond and your maintenance and your fire. So, $5,736 plus that gives you $9,336 for a veranda series from the mid threes to 600 in taxes, because your taxes, your average taxes and your average development district assessment are all on the same bill. So when I times that by 12 and that by 12, I get 9336. So we kind of got off on a little bit of a tangent there, but I wanted y'all to kind of see where to find and how to do it. But you know, I think maybe, well, where's my cursor? Here we are. Oh, they've gone up a lot. I will need a mortgage referral. Okay, Gary, I can help you with that. When are you having Mrs. Miller on the show? She can speak bank. So, not only that, and I don't know, I don't think I've made a live version. I did put something out on Facebook, but she can talk about bank scams too. That people are always coming into the bank trying to withdraw money because they're getting scammed. And I almost got scammed myself. I'm in the gym working out. I get a call from a guy. He goes, "Hey, this is Sergeant so-and-so from the Marion County Sheriff's Office, and you failed to report for jury duty, so now there's a warrant out for your arrest." I'm like, "What?" "Yeah, there's a warrant out for your arrest, and this is on a Sunday." And they go, "You need to come down here and post a bail, or else, if you get pulled over or whatever, you're going right to jail." I'm like, "Oh my God." So they go, "Yeah, bring $1,000 down here to the sheriff's office, and so you can resolve this." And I did. Well, let me just say, I go, "Well, $1,000 in cash?" He goes, "No, we don't take cash, but if you go to CVS or Dollar Tree," or he named a couple other places, "you can get these cards. So go get $1,000. Go to these places. Get $1,000 in these cards, and you need to bring it to the Marion County Sheriff's Office." I'm like, "Okay, I'm on it. I'm doing it right now." And I did. I went to my bank, got $1,000 out, went and got these cards, and I'm headed to the sheriff's office. And they go, "Okay, well, now read us the number on the back of those cards." I'm like, what do you mean read you the number? I'm driving. I said, "I'm driving. I'm on my way. I'm 5 minutes away from the sheriff's office." "Well, before you get here, we need you to read us those numbers so we make sure that, that what you've done, that money is going to post into those cards already to make sure that, now they're active." And I'm like, so I'm stopped at a stoplight, and I'm scratching off the back, and I'm like, wait a minute. I said, "No, I am not reading you the number on those cards. I'll give you these cards when I get there to the sheriff's office. I'm 5 minutes away. I will see you there." And all of a sudden, they hung up on me. And I went to the sheriff's office. They were closed. They were locked up. There was no lobby. There was no office open, nothing. And I'm like, oh man, I thought I was way smarter than to get scammed like that. I almost got scammed telling me I missed my jury duty. And I was so mad. He even said, "Is your daughter named Jamie?" And I'm like, "Yeah." "Well, that's who, we served you a summons and Jamie signed for it." Well, Jamie happened to be home from college. And I'm like, man, this just sounds way too legit. And I was going to tell Jamie. Boy, she was in big trouble because she didn't tell me that I got a summons from the court. Come to find out it was all a scam. So be careful out there. And I will try to get Miss Patty Miller on the program to talk about the bank and the bank fraud and answer questions, okay? So thankfully, I didn't lose $1,000. I was smart enough at the very end to realize never, ever, ever give that number on the back of a card to anybody. Okay? All right, so moving on. If you buy a new home in the Villages, you can sell it after 1 year. You can sell it before 1 year, you just can't make a profit, right? So if you have to sell it, if you have to pay a realtor commission, if you can show upgrades you did to the home, and you're not making a profit at all, then they can't come to you and all they can go after is your profit, right? So if you're trying to buy a home from them and before a year is up, try to sell it and make 30 grand, yeah, they can come after that 30 grand. But if you're smart enough to show, hey, I paid taxes, I bought all this landscaping, I bought plantation shutters, I did this, I did that, I've got realtor commissions, I've got doc stamps, I have to pay, I have title insurance I have to pay. If you show you had to pay all that and you can show you made no profit, they can't go after your profit. So, let's say you made $1,000 profit. Are they really going to come after you for $1,000? I don't think so. Cost them more than $1,000, but they might try to make an example out of you. They got way too much money. So Gary, I will help you with the mortgage referral. And there I told you, Teresa, if you buy a new home in the Villages, you can sell it after 1 year. But again, you can sell it before if you don't make any profit and you total everything up. ARC to find the information. District Gov and deed restrictions. So I'm not sure, Teresa, what you mean about the ARC to find the information. Not sure what you mean by what information. District Gov, John, District Gov and deed restrictions. I don't know. I don't know if you're trying to answer her. What's going on? This Mindy, we had an adjustable rate mortgage back when the rates were 11% in the late 80s. Probably a smart thing. Ira, how do you know what districts contain which addresses? So, if you go to, I'm going to say, let's just use one of these examples, okay? We'll go here. So in your legal description, this is Unit 67, Lot 3, Villages of Southern Oaks, Unit 67. Plat Book 19, pages 3 and 3A. This tells you, now this is anything, this is a newer home of 2021. This is south of 44. So if you're south of 44, oops. Oof, I don't know what this is. This must be power lines. If you're south of 44, here's 44, and you're south of 44. Oh, this is a different district. I don't know if I have my district, yeah, VCD. So when you go home, and this is where I go, quick links. So you could go to your district. How do you know which district it is? Well, that one was, what did I say it was? Unit 67, right here in Southern Oaks. So if we go back here and we can go to by district. Or I'm going to go home. This is what I'm going to do. Residential bond assessment. Because that's basically what I think. Whoops. Bond amortization schedules. So they have different districts, right? District 11 in Lake County. So there are some new homes in the Leesburg area now. This is probably Fruitland Park, and this is probably Leesburg. But you go to Sumter County, and then you can go to each individual one. And then when you go through here, see the V's? These with the numbers. Oh boy. We're not doing that. What happened? Oh. These right here that don't have numbers are north of 44. These with the numbers, this is Finney. F is the Finney area. And then the rest of the V's, that's just the rest of the Villages area, and that one was 67. But that was a villa neighborhood, right? So let's go back just real quick. Villages of Southern Oaks. This is trying to get too quick on myself, but this is a villa. So the villa Opal model, the Villages of Citrus Grove, but it should have its own name. We'll go back. 67. That was the unit. It said 67. So this gives you all your bond information right here. What you need to know. So 2023, this has a bond of $18,000 in this for this villa. Homes are about twice that much. Okay? So, hopefully that helped. Kevin, you leaving me, buddy? Good night, Kevin. Take it easy, man. So, who did I answer that for? There are more than 100 models, and some models don't look like the plans show them. It's crazy, I know. And they keep changing. They keep changing the names of the exact same model, like the Inhinga and the Alamanda, same home. I don't know why they keep changing that stuff. Just to keep me confused. So Ira, how do you know what districts contain which addresses? There you go, I just showed you, because you go to the address first and then you can find the district. You can find the unit and then you can find the district. All right, so when you asked a question about pets, I thought you asked ARC, which is wrong response, no. Oh, okay, that's what you were saying, Teresa. No, just go to districtgov.org. I showed you how to find your deed restrictions. If you didn't, go back when we post this video and it'll show you exactly. So everybody out there, any other information that you feel you might have missed, just go back and watch the video again, and you'll see where I've shown you how to find deed restrictions, models. This was a good night. This is a good evening, and I think a lot of good information was out there. All right, do you have any insights in shopping and services cropping up in addition to the Magnolia? We're talking about Eastport. You might want to go to the Villages News Network and type in Eastport. I believe that's the name of it, right? Isn't that Eastport? Going in Eastport, I believe. Let me see. Eastport, the Villages. A closer look at Eastport. So yeah, you might want to Google Eastport in the Villages, and that's the whole new area that they're going into, and there's a lot in there about Eastport. Okay, so be some good information for you. So what CDD number is 67? 13. See up here? Village Community Development District number 13 is 67 right here. Okay? And all you have to do, like I said, is if you go back to the immunization schedules, and well, we'll go back to the beginning. How's that? If that'll help you. So go to Home, go to Quick Links, go to Residential Bond Assessment Information. Go to bond amortization schedules, and then here's your different districts. So if you at least know you're in Sumter County, you can go here, and then you can just scan through. Now here's 67 up here, but that's the older, that's District 3. This is the new with the V next to it. Like I said, anything in the new area south of 44 in the new area, I call it the Finney area. You can go in and you can find just that easy unit number 67 right there. Now, also, okay, here's unit 90, let me see. Now here's, well, let's do this too. Well, see, these are the villas up here on this side, and I'm not seeing that villa neighborhood being in a particular, so it has to be over here in this 67, because it's not in. But if you're dealing with villas, you want to make sure you look at if you have the name of the villa, because most of them are all named. Is that information available in the consumer-facing MLS listing? That should be. All you have to do is look for the legal description, Mindy. Have you heard about sinkholes in Stone Creek? I have heard about some sinkholes in Stone Creek in the retention ponds, but not in under a home, Mr. Sylvain. So what CDD number is 67? I already told you about that. All right, any sites in the shopping? So Eastport, Mike. All right. All right, everybody. I think we're at the end here of our chats. I'm sure Christian and my buddy Antonio over there are ready to get home. So we're going to go ahead and end this for today. We'll see you next month, the first of the month. What day is that? That would be October. Actually, it's almost probably 2 weeks. That'll be October 2nd. It'll be 3 weeks from today. October 2nd. We will see everybody hopefully back here. I want to thank all of you all who have visited. And again, we're going to post this on our YouTube channel. So if you missed anything that we talked about, here at the end, you can go back and you can review it. All right, so let's pray for everybody for 9/11 tragedy tonight, and tomorrow will be another day. So thank you again. And yes, Mindy, I appreciate all your questions. I mean, this is what makes my job easy when I come on the live stream. This is what I do it for, is to answer all your questions, and not just to answer your questions. You know, I go by the old adage, if you teach somebody to fish, they'll eat forever. But if you give somebody a fish, they only eat for a day. So that's why I don't want to just give you the answers. I'm going to show you how to find the answers, and that's why I say anybody can go back on this live stream. Now it's an hour and 40 minutes live stream. I don't know how much somebody's going to go through this video, but it's chocked with information, right? So Teresa, Jerry, Kevin, Mindy, Victoria, John, all y'all, thank you so much. Sylvain, thank you for joining. Appreciate it. And Gary, it's been fun. I appreciate everybody. Wrestler Mania, you're the man. Thank you for asking everybody to give me the thumbs up. Peter, Kelly, Ken, all y'all, thank you so much. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. But thank you for joining. If you have any questions, email me at ira@imillerrealty.com. We're even thinking about changing that to imrealty.org. Maybe we'll have a little survey. But you can reach me on either one of those. Ira at iMiller Realty, don't get that confused, .com, or Ira at imrealty.org, all right?
It's gonna be in the chat too.
So Antonio, he's over there gonna put it in the chat. And then for questions, you can reach the lovely Miss Blakely at 352-204-9026, or you can try to reach me on my cell phone, 352-454-9561. And if I'm out working with people, it's best just to call Blakely. Only we can color Blake, right? Maybe not. All right, thanks so much for watching, y'all. See you in 3 weeks. Thanks for joining.